Hello, boys and girls of the world. All right. So I'm doing a guide on how I make money. All right. Now I make 600,000 on like my worst raids per raid. I usually average around 800,000 to 1,000,000 rubles per raid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through all the loot spawns, and then I'm going to go through a live raid and show you what you can actually expect and sell at the end and show you guys how much I made from the raid. But first, I want to show you is what you want to do. You want to go to your server selection. Okay. Um, for this specifically, I don't know why it's bugged out right now. But okay, there we go. Typically I play on automatic server selection USA like this, but for money runs specifically, I play on London. So the reason why is because I've got like 130 to 150 ping. It's really stable. And what time it is right now translates directly to their time, obviously. So right now in London, it is around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. It's a Tuesday. They're going to be sleeping, majority of people. So the server's going to be dead and it's going to be really easy to just get dead servers. I could just go make money, listen to a podcast, watch YouTube, whatever, while I'm just running around making millions of dollars. You can do the same. I don't know where you live, but just look in the list to see where you're at. Spain would be good for me as well. So just look for like 130 ping, 150 ping. You don't want to go higher than that. Around 180, 200 is when you DC. So you don't want spikes to there. So just try to keep it low, but unpopulated. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into the video. We're going into an offline real quick just to allow me to show you the spawns without being contested. This is my second time recording this. I realized that my microphone was muted halfway through the entire intro. So, yeah. Anyway. So, basically, we're on woods. This is an amazing spawn for what we're doing here. So, that's going to be your extract, right? You're always going to take that extract, and you're always going to want to bring money with you. I always keep, 30,000, 25,000-ish in my sick case. You can just bring 5,000 in your pocket or in your container if you want. But these are all the spawns, and this is the easiest run you'll ever have. This area right here, it's called Town, right? This is the most contested area of the map that you're going to be running into. So if you don't want to have any contention at all, don't even come here at all whatsoever. But here's what you're going to do. Okay, so you come in here. This house has a GPU spawn. So you're going to come in here, check in this box, look for the white dot. You're going to come across this table, look for anything good. You're going to prone down and come across the bottom of the bed here. Look for that white dot. Like I said, there's nothing here. Then you're going to hit this duffel bag. All right. And in here, like I said, under there is gold spawns. Right there is tech spawns. I've gotten multiple GPUs from there. You'll come in here. You'll pick up hot rods. Oat flakes are worth 20K. You'll look for rat colas. That's 15K. You want to look for condensed milks, etc. This is a great way to level up your metabolism as well. So you'll come up here, hit this duffel bag, and you'll check for loose money right there. And then you can come here. There's sometimes a gun laying there, and you can also check on this bed. I've never found anything there, but I've heard stuff spawns there. There can also be a gun on that rack there. Then you come outside, and you hit this box, right? Which I'm not even going to bother with. You take the stuff out of there. You pick up this stuff here. Salaries aren't worth that much, but if you see herrings, pick those up. Those are typically worth 15 to 25K. You'll hit that toolbox, right? And then you go outside. You go along the back. Now, this is important. You look on this table. Sometimes stuff spawns in the grass there. On outside here, across this, you check. something can spawn here. I've never seen it, but apparently it can. You check these two corners, this corner and this corner. You check in the tub by that drain, on top of this, and on the ground here. And then you stand up and you come over here. You can check along the ground here and on this. You come across here and check the top of this bench and here. Stuff can spawn on the ground here as well. Always check with your cursor because the white light might light up. You also check that toolbox there. And when you're done with this house, you're done. Now I'm going to show you a little escape route for this house if you're getting contested. If you hear someone over there, what you'll do is you'll just come to the back here, run up and drop off like this. Easy as that. And then you run straight across the street. Always be on the lookout. You always want to be like checking. That area right there is called ice cream. That's what I call it. Me and my buddies call it. Just so we are like aware of which side of the street it is. So this is the garage house. This house has the most loot in it, period, or the highest loot chance. You're gonna want to check along the back of this, because tools, ratchets, all that spawn there. You're gonna check this stuff for food and ammo. Ammo and food can spawn here. If you need these module 3Ms, you can get them here, obviously. Check there and here. Hit this duffel bag. Inside here can be loose money. Same with here and along here, just like that. All right, and the rare spawns are upstairs. So what you do is you do what I said earlier, and you prone. You see that white dot in the middle of my screen? So you're gonna back up and get the angle on it. That was a whole vase under there, right? And now that that's done, you're gonna check in here. You don't have to prone for this, but I'm just like doing it to give you a better angle. And then you're gonna prone under here and check that. And then a rare ammo can spawn back here. So you can check and look for your the BP, BS, BT, etc. And then you could check in here. Usually there's a relay on the ground right here. That's 10K. Check this box. Check out along this desk. Again, all technical spawns. It can be anything, anything worth 10 plus K you're picking up no matter what. It can even be worth less than that per slot, 10K a slot. You'll come back here, you'll check in this, and then there's a little thing back here, right there. And there's lots of corrugated hoses that spawn there and stuff. You'll come here, jump on that, and then, like I said, a rare loot spawn or rare ammo spawns here and on the ground. We're not super lucky today. You open that up, you can get all sorts of goodies from those boxes, and then you'll come back here. Hit this toolbox, come in here, pressure gauge, gonna check on the ground here, epoxygram. You're gonna wanna know what's worth money to traders. So that's worth 40K to trader, 26K to trader, 13K to trader. Just, you wanna have that in mind. You can check this table when you're on your way back as well. But you wanna have in mind what's worth what. So like if I was gonna drop something right now, it would be these tapes to pick something else up. Another escape route, if you feel locked in, if you feel like someone's watching you from that top of the hill, which always be aware of that, you're just going to come here. I have really high strength, so this is easy for me. If you have trouble with that, you can jump on the two tanks there and then jump over, but just easy as that. You come to this house. This house has lots of moonshine spawns. I get lots of moonshine in here. So you're going to come in here, you're going to check on this table, and you're going to check on this. And then you're going to come inside, and you're going to check for food stuff. These are actually worth 12K, so you'd pick that up because it's, like I said, worth money. Worth heaps of money. Oat flakes are worth 20, usually. And you just look for these things. Moonshine spawns right here. So do other drinks and food, but that's where I typically find moonshine. You could find BS, BT, all that in here. Check duffel bags always. Duffel bags are great. I find lions in them and all sorts of stuff. Another duffel bag you'll check. And then you check there along the bed and then the grenade case, right? Then you go outside. And you always check the outside spawns. The outside spawns are underrated as hell. You hit this grenade box. You stand up. You check these two tops. On top of this. On top of this. On top of that. And you come out back. Check on top of that. There. You'll come inside here. Along the floor here can be defuels, food, etc. You'll look for food, ammos on the top of that. And then you'll come across here, pick up things. I find ratchets and pipe grip wrenches there all the time. Hit that toolbox. And you're done with this area. So if you're high strength, I believe you can jump from that over the wall. But, you know, not my thing. Now, if you spawned here, right, say you're content with your loot, you got hella money, hella loot, you just extract right now. Best thing to do, this is where I call the chill spot. You come to your chill spot. You come down here, and you'll see a bunch of cigarette butts on the ground. Don't go too far, you'll get shot by the sniper scav. But you'll just sit like right here and wait for your time. Just be aware of over there. Sometimes player scavs come from over there. And at 6 seconds of the vehicle, you will run up, but you don't want to run immediately. As soon as 6 seconds hits, you're walking up, looking down the road, and then you sprint, and then you crouch, and you should extract within a second. But we're not content with our loot yet. We want to greed, and we want to make 6 to 800 plus K a raid, right? So we're running to the abandoned village. So what you'll do to look out for them is as you're coming over this hill, you always want to go through this gap. You'll be looking over here. The scope doesn't show it really well, but they'll be like sitting along the tree line up there sometimes, and they'll shoot at you immediately right here sometimes. So if you start getting shot at, just dip down here where the ground is a little bit higher than your head and there's bushes. But I've only been shot at from them over here once ever, and I run this route a lot. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Rare ammo can spawn in that shack. I don't check it very often because I just don't ever find anything good. But your first stop is this house. Okay, so your spawns are going to be on this table. You're going to come in here, check right here. You're going to check along the top here. So like BP, that could be any ammo in the game. You check right here. Moonshine spawns here, all sorts of foods. You check inside here on the ground here. I found tons of Bitcoins and stuff here. You always check all the ammo types, and you're done with that. So now you're gonna go to the mark circle. All right. So the best way to gauge where the mark circle's at is there's this fence. Run through this fence and just keep going straight. There should be another fence right here. Okay. Right past this fence, you'll see these, and this is the mark circle. So mark circle always has tons of good stuff, at least in online raids. You're gonna check the grass right here, and then you're gonna check up. In the circle, sometimes Bitcoins and stuff are hard to see. You're going to check up in the grass up here. And if you don't see a white dot, there's nothing there. Usually, if I don't see anything there, I assume that this place is looted because I always find stuff there. So you'll run across the top of that, and then you're going to go in here. Now, this place looks like there would be nothing in here, right? But you always check in these bushes, right? So you check between these, in that, and in this one. Stuff can spawn here too, I believe. And then you'll come down here. Moonshine can spawn on this table, so you'll check that. And then you'll go around into this building. You're going to check under this little bed flap here. You're going to come across here. You're going to check on this piece of wood. Inside here, on the ground, or where that gold chain is. You're going to come across where this is, this little wire. Gold chains can spawn there. You'll check across the top of here. So you'll see like whatever. And then you'll check inside these for ammos. I find like majority of my BS here. And then you'll run up here and open this toolbox. And then you'll come down here to the dock. Dock, I found tons of Bitcoins in as well. It's a great spot. And this place is usually uncontested by players. I don't ever really run into players here unless they're doing their task to mark the mark circle. So where I found that horse at, Bitcoin spawn, you always put your cursor here to see if it lights up. And then you go on this side and do the same thing. I've had Bitcoins clip inside of that. And then you loot this, crouch like this, because people will hold you from there. From there, you'll go to Mattress House, which is the house in front of me. This place doesn't always have good stuff, but moonshine can spawn here, and I typically find stuff like rat cola, sugar, and stuff in here. Like I said, sugar, and a morphine, right? So that's good. Once you're done with that, you come across here, and you go to this house. So this is where cultists can be at. So if you just want to avoid cultists altogether, loot that house and leave, right? But they'll be up there and around here. This is where they spawn at. You'll come into this house. Now, if you really need toothpaste and stuff, lots of toothpaste spawn on that. You know, niche little tip, I guess. You pick up your food. Now, you check those corners, like I said, along that, and then you'll check in here. So, where that horse is can be any gold spawn. You check across, just like that. If there's nothing lighting up, then there's nothing there. And then you hit this duffel bag, and you run out, and you go across to the stash house. Now, the stash house has a couple spawns that you might not know about. Just some gold spawns in here. So, basically right here is a gold spawn, and inside this bush can spawn like bitcoins, gold chains, etc. You loot the stash, and then once you're done with that, you run to this church, and you drop into this boat. Okay, where this horse is, can be anything, bitcoins, etc. Just all gold spawns, and then you run up here, crouch to get through here, and you check around in here. You look for gold, bitcoins, veritas, picks, etc. And you crouch back out, and you get to waddling. Just for weight's sake, I'm just gonna drop a bunch of this shit. And once you're done with that, you just book it straight to vehicle. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna tap O twice. Okay, so you see it's still there, right? Which is great, which means no one has taken it yet, and there's no problem, right? You're just going to keep tapping that the entire way back. You don't want them to take it and you not know about it. So you'll just tap it as you're getting closer, and it'll give you a really good hint as to where, like when they hit it, if you catch it, go red. So you'll just keep tapping it just like this. If it goes green, that means it's been activated, or you've touched it, like I've touched it. Typically, it'll just be white because you're not going to run up to the car unless you're taking it. Big tip, do not go on this beach. You will get shot by sniper scav. Just go along the grass. All right? Stay in the cover, just like this. You'll catch people running to the abandoned village sometimes, so just be careful. You know, this is a sketchy area. And you'll just path it just here. Also, I got a really good spawn in for this, but if you spawn anywhere, you're just running straight to whatever you're closest to. So if you spawn outskirts, you're running straight to abandoned village. If you spawn UN roadblock side, you're just running straight to the town. It's up to you, really. But if you don't make enough money, if you don't think that your entire bag full of shit is good enough, there's something called the old lumber mill at the top of that hill. You can loot as well. I'm not going to show you the spawns there. There's not any really intricate spawns. But as I come up here, this is what I do, all right? I listen for a second to see if I hear walking on wood, because the audio in these buildings are bugged. You will hear them walk. So you'll come up here just like this, and you're just looking for the shadows moving in the street. If not, you'll just run up, hit the car extract. You'll come down here to the chill spot. And then, like I said, at 6 seconds, you run up there, and then your loot's secured. Now, for the real world example. And as you see this queue? Black. This is online. Nobody's here. Oh yeah, bonus tip. If you find a game really fast, that typically means gonna be relatively empty. All right, boys, real world example right here. Let's do it. Time to go make some money. Yeah, let's see where we spawned. We spawned right at the town. I can't even show you the best way to do it because we spawned here. So something to be aware of. Okay, I spawned here. Someone could have spawned on the other side of the town, deep that direction. So with that being the case, this can get pretty ugly. It just depends on how populated the server is. That's why I said town. If you don't want to have any chance of PvPing, don't go here at all. So I'm just listening now for those players. I don't know why I'm getting these like frame drops. Holy shit. This lag is insane. I don't know what's going on with my frames right now. I know you guys are seeing this too. That's quite annoying. Just trying to make this little guide here. So yeah, I'm listening for wood right now. It's raining, so this is like worst case scenario. A little PvP tip. Run up here. Just like this. To get inside. Alright. Okay. Pick that up just for like water reasons. House was super empty. Usually got a little bit more loot in there than that. I'll pretty much pick up anything until I start getting packed with loot. So, yeah. Sometimes it seems like the spawns are heavily on one side or the other. So sometimes it'll be heavily at the abandoned village, and sometimes it'll be heavily here. It just depends, I guess. Corrugated hoses fluctuate really heavily. I always pick them up because sometimes they're going for 20 to 40k, sometimes they're only going for 10. They're gonna pick up my damn Xeno. Bro. Pick up. Jesus. Anyway, I haven't heard anything. I'm worried about the top of the hill. That's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna zig and zag across the street here. I always like to chop it up with some jumps here and there. People are gonna be rushing here the same way I told you to do if they are Chads anyway. Because there's a lot of money to be made here, obviously. People can see you from the field there if you're standing, so I like to keep my movement sporadic. Man, for my real world example, I'm getting pretty damn unlucky. Sometimes these can have BP, which this one doesn't, unfortunately. But all it really takes is one good spawn to supplement your raid instantly. Sometimes you'll get a Bitcoin and your bad raid became good. This is already starting off to be one of my not so great raids. So I guess you're getting a really, really good real world example of this run being as bad as it could be. Typically, I'll make a lot more money. Let's start a bush. Could be a scav. Scavs like to hang out here a lot. If you ever get too sketched, you can always just leave. Personally, little PvP don't bother me. I like to get out of range of people really quickly when I'm doing this run. I like to try and get in and out of places really quick. I'm so used to 7 Days to Die. Game I've been playing a lot. Definitely recommend it. It's quite fun. But I keep shift clicking instead of control clicking. Driving me crazy. Lion? Yep. I can open damn box, man. And after I do all this, I'll go through all the selling with you as well. Because, you know, I'm sure that's what you're here for. You want to see them big dollar bills, man. Sugar. Oof. Yeah, this is definitely the best map for sugar, man. I supplement my Bitcoin farm heavily, or not my Bitcoin farm, my what's it called? Booze farm, booze generator, heavily with these runs. You never want to run straight. If you run straight, you're gonna get shooter born in heaven right to the back of the head from the top of the hill. It might not happen every time, but that one time it does happen is gonna be really upsetting. Trust me, I totally don't know from experience at all, and I'm just letting you know. I don't know why I'm not regaining. Oh, I'm 54 kilos. Holy shit. That's why I'm not regaining. Yeah, so when you're overweight like this, I always recommend, especially if you're lower level, to bring a mule. Because, you know, stuff gets hectic. How heavy are these? Why am I so heavy? Fuck the toolkit. Fuck one of those. That should be good enough. Yeah, we're good. Alright, sweet. Mules are worth 60 to 80k, so if you pop it, you know, you're hurting your profit by, you know, a pretty significant margin. That's why I try not to pop them unless I'm doing it at a really, really good rate. Especially since the distance to extract is so short. When you spawn outskirts side, it's super nice because the extract you can use is right past the old lumber mill. It's the roadblock. Not the UN roadblock, but the other one. It might be the UN. So right here, you want to be listening for players, touching wood. You also want to be looking into the forest over there. Cultists are the scariest beings to ever grace the world. And they will touch your butt. All right. Just like that, 40k right there on the ground. Just for the video sake, I'm popping a damn mule. I just can't be bothered to waddle around this whole time. Always pick up augmentins, by the way. Augmentins are insane. 15k a piece usually. Super, super great. I used to dodge them because I thought they were worth only like 4k. You know, figured that out recently. With this route, you always want to be moving quickly and getting where you need to go. People like to camp in this building, so be aware of that. But you're just looking for your gold spawns. I'm actually surprised this run has been horrible when it comes to like the amount that I normally get. I mean, and it's still a good run as well. That's the problem. What did I just pick up? Heroes. I was wondering where I went. There's gonna be a lower spectrum run, and you'll get to see, I guess, what the lower end looks like. Oh, and you don't need a raid bag for this. You can always just min-max with like a tri-zip or a switchblade or even a scav bag. You do this in a scav raid if you want. You won't be bothered by cultists. You just don't want to pose a threat to them. Alright, still. Dog shit so far. Wow. Great run, dude. Because it knows I'm recording a YouTube video. Like, hey guys, check out this run. It makes so many money, dude. And the fucking game's like, yeah, right, dude. He's lying. Now, I got some screenshots of some runs I've done. Some run that I was doing a while ago, and I was teaching some other people about this run. Another lion. Okay. Sick, dude. Oh, you need your lions for your task. This is why I always bring a huge bag, dude. Because the run is always worth so much money. Oh, and there's a Bitcoin right there. Like I said, usually one side is way more stacked than the other. So like you've seen, I didn't really get shit from the town. Come here. This raid's an easy 800k plus raid. It's probably going to be 500-ish Ks to therapist. At least. Maybe 600k to therapist. And here's the thing, too, is these gold spawns, you just shove them right up your ass. You don't need to bring anything but 5k. You just this run requires no keys. All it requires is you to have a brain enough to go around woods. You don't even have to know woods to start. You know, you can just learn woods. You know, if you spawn outskirts side, literally just hug the edge of the map the entire way. If you need to extract outskirts side, do the same thing. Like, go that way, and literally just hug the edge of the map the entire way. 90% of the time, you're seeing nobody the entire way. If you do see someone, it's going to be by the bunker, the ZB014 or 016 or whatever, by outskirts, which at that point, you know, you could just mosey on past them or kill them, you know, if by chance you do see them. Now, sometimes people sit on top of that rock. If you do this run in the daytime, you'll probably run into people doing it. I've only died to it once, and that was at night, but it's because typically, like, this is the run. Like, you just don't see anybody, don't hear anybody. You know, it's super chill. You can sit here and watch a podcast or watch a YouTube video, listen to music, you know. But don't forget, right here, you want to be listening and regaining stamina the whole way. Then you're going to get to the top and you're going to look down the road and see if people are here. And you're going to come to your chill spot and you're going to chill here until 6 seconds. You could go sooner, like if you're really worried that you're going to miss it, right? But, you know, nothing to be worried about if you're paying attention. I'm just keeping my peripherals out, looking around, making sure I see no movement in the distance the entire time. While keeping my eye on that timer. It's super important to keep your eye on that timer. I've only missed the vehicle once, and me and my buddy were definitely fucking around way too much. All right. And just like that real world example right there. And we'll see how much we made, boys. Let's see what we make. The only damage I took was from my mule, which I definitely needed to pop. I can't even lie. Lots of weight on me. I think I was probably close to 60 kilos if I had to guess. And sorry, this video is a bit long. I'm gonna fast forward through some stuff. Um, but you know, at the end of the day, this is what you came here for. You came here to see the raw money-making potential of this map. All right, so that's our haul, boys. Okay, I sell a therapist. Okay, so we're gonna sell these to therapist. Now, this is gonna look easy from my point of view to know what to sell to therapist, but you'll get better at it. You know, always double check prices if you're curious. So, 708,000 to therapist. And I haven't sold anything else, so that's 700K right there. This was a bad run, mind you. This was not a good run for me. Especially at the start. You've seen we weren't getting very many spawns at all. Now you're gonna want to sell things that sell quick. Okay? Sell things that sell quick first. Hideout items, ammos, fucking. You don't want to sell gun parts. You don't want to sell anything like that until after. Like sugar. I'm gonna put this up for 60K. It's gonna sell instantly. Every time. Just like that. And realistically, like I undercut the fuck out of everybody because you don't want to sit here waiting forever for stuff to sell. At least I don't. If you want the maximum amount of money possible, you know, you do you. You could sit here and sell for however long you want. You know, me personally, it's not my thing. You know, I'll just sell what I can sell. Like even now, like I'm undercutting and people are taking forever. This is the part where I'll fast forward so y'all don't have to sit here and watch. All right, yeah. Oh yeah, and while I'm sitting here talking about selling, um, I do not sell after my first raid. So typically this would all be cleared out. Like I wouldn't have fucking all this shit everywhere like this, and I would just run 4 or 5 times in a row, fill up my entire stash with stuff, and then I'll sell. Or I'll sell only to therapist every raid, and then everything that I don't sell to therapist, I will sell to the flea market all at the same time, and I'll just watch like a video because stuff can take forever sometimes. Oh yeah, and this is the tally so far. Total revenue earned including fees. So at the end, we'll see the amount of money. I didn't have any money in my stash before. So yeah, catch y'all when we're back. All right, so while we wait for this to sell, we can tally it up. That's just 7, 8K extra, so it doesn't really matter that much. You'll see I didn't have anything waiting before that sell, so received. This is the last thing that I sold, or the first thing I sold. So we're just gonna go ahead and receive. So that rate alone, I made 1,080,000 rubles after fees. Okay, so that's after every single cost for me to put things up. All right, now I wanted to share this run with you because I'm a good guy. All right, now don't go beating me up for sharing this run if this was your favorite run. If you thought this was a good guide, and you want me to do more stuff like this, I've got tons of runs, tons of guns, and everything that I could show you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helped me out. I would like to mention I am running London servers for this. Always run a server that you have around 150 ping on, and always go based off the time of day. Because like right now in London, I'm recording this at 8:44 p.m. on a Tuesday. Tomorrow, most people got work, school. It's 2 a.m. for them, 3 a.m. for them. So take take it from me. I could run these money runs all night long and see maybe 2 or 3 people. But yeah, like I said, please subscribe. Appreciate it. It helps me with the algorithm. And share this with your friends. Let me know what you guys want to see next in the comments below. All right, and I appreciate you for watching. Thank you, and have a good rest of your day.